Hey everybody, my name is Sean from OpenWeb, and today we are going to discuss different HTML editors and softwares you can use to build a website and the advantages and disadvantages of using each one. Today I'm going to be discussing the three that I primarily use and recommend: Brackets, which is an open source software, Adobe Dreamweaver, which is a licensed software, and Notepad++, which is another fairly open source software. So, start off, I'm going to talk about Brackets. Brackets is a open source software that I kind of stumbled upon when I was looking to build my website a little bit more. It's probably the most clean out of any one I'll discuss today. It's very basic. You can look at two files side by side. Very few colors used. I like it the most because it's very basic, and I'm more of a basic person. I'm more of a trial and error. I don't like to do things and then look at it. I like to look at it as I'm doing it. And Brackets really enables me to do this with its kind of live preview feature. So what you can do is you can hit that little lightning bolt, and then what it will do, Brackets will open up a side Google Chrome tab that will change the code just as you're doing it. So if I type in test up here, it changes right with it. On this particular computer, it doesn't do it right as I'm typing it, but on different models and different kind of memory allowing computers, it will type with you. It also does recommended features. So if I begin typing an attribute, it will auto type. That's a cool feature for beginning software artists. And it does allow for extensions as well, which I don't use a whole lot. I'm fairly anti kind of bootstrap kind of person, so extensions aren't really my thing. But you can change the layout. Everything's kind of right here. It's very simple. Next, we're going to be talking about Adobe Dreamweaver. Adobe Dreamweaver is available to me primarily just because I'm a student. However, Adobe Dreamweaver will cost, it will have to come with the Creative Cloud package, which can be a little bit pricey for non-students, but for students you should get a pretty good discount. Now, Dreamweaver is probably the most cluttered, but it's also the most powerful. On Dreamweaver, you can look at your sitemap on the side, access Creative Cloud. You can establish an FTP connection over on the side using file management, get input. On here though, Dreamweaver also offers another editor. Another cool thing that Dreamweaver has, but I really don't utilize a whole lot, is its ability to edit right in the page. So if you're a very beginning or non-experienced web designer, you can kind of edit in here, and then it will create the code for you. I'm not a huge fan of this, but this is a pretty cool feature that one can use. It'll also put all the files in your file tree up here. You can also just manage code and then live, which is just the normal view, or the display view. So Dreamweaver, again, is probably the most powerful just because of all the features. There's tons of features on here. You can also become Dreamweaver certified through the Adobe Certified Associate test. This is one possibility, especially if you're wanting to go into the field of web design, that I recommend, and Dreamweaver is definitely an industry standard that you would want to know, as opposed to more recreational ones such as Brackets and Notepad++. Notepad++ is a very light, it's kind of a lighter weight one. It's not as stylish as Brackets is, but it has a little bit more features. So in Notepad++, this isn't really too much geared towards web design as Brackets and Dreamweaver really is, but Notepad++ is an all programming kind of language. It uses Times New Roman to keep everything kind of basic and not too difficult. It does allow for some automatic typing. So if I were to go to main.css, it will detect an auto type just like it did here. Assuming that you define the language as a CSS. There's some other powerful features: find and replace, indenting. You can run different programs. This is not really for HTML, but for Python if you're wanting to use this. Notepad++ is also very small and compact, so it can fit on a flash drive, a little bit more than Dreamweaver. I wouldn't recommend trying to run Dreamweaver off of anything but a desktop, but Notepad++ does have its advantages over all the other two. It's very lightweight, but has probably your medium amount of features. So just to review, Brackets is probably the most lightweight and clean. Doesn't have a whole lot of features, but it kind of has what you need for web design specifically. Dreamweaver has the most amount of features, however, it's very cluttered. Once you become really more advanced on it, it's definitely something that you can utilize a whole lot more than these other two. But there's really a learning curve with it. And the Notepad++ falls somewhere in between, where it has a medium. It doesn't look as clean. It's not really meant just for web design, but it has a substantial amount of features that any moderate to experienced programmer can utilize. This has been Sean from OpenWeb. Have a good day.